Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name's Caldwellify, and I was going to be doing a review on Week 2, the same way I did my Week 1 review by going over the lore, going over the gameplay, and how everything's going so far. But Week 2 has probably hit us with the most controversial lore moment in the game, and I really have to talk about it. So instead of doing a review, I'm just going to be talking about the burning of Teldrassil and the new cinematic that came out, the Warbringers Sylvanas. Okay, so today, well, the day that I'm recording this will probably come out tomorrow. Today is the first day of week 2, and with that, we actually find out who burns down Teldrassil. In the new cinematic that they released, Warbringers Sylvanas. Now, let me start by saying, these Warbringer cinematics have all been amazing. I love the artwork, the animation's been great, and it just tells a great story. I'm really happy seeing that they're continuing this kind of art style and putting it into the game. It's really great to see. Everybody that worked on this should be proud. But the writers kind of drew this into a direction that it probably shouldn't have went. At the end of this cinematic, you find out that the one that burns down Teldrassil, which has been a controversial, everybody's been speculating, I've speculated on it, it could have been old gods, Queen Najara, maybe like some kind of like freak accident happens where it burns down. I thought it was going to be Jaina.
Beware of me.
I thought she was going to burn it down and like frame it on Sylvanas. Nope, nothing like that. It was just Sylvanas showing that she could destroy the Night Elf's hope, which is kind of where that was going. Which I have another issue with, which I will get into it later. Okay, so the issue with this cutscene is that the tagline for Battle for Azeroth is there's two sides to every story. And that would imply that this is going to be kind of like a morally gray expansion. It's really going to test every player's loyalty to their faction and which side they really, they really gravitate to, which faction they want to side with. And with this cutscene, it's no longer morally gray. It's no longer easy to defend the Horde side for going into this war, because they're basically hyper aggressive starting the war. By Horde I mean Sylvanas. It's hard to defend Sylvanas' actions. She is really just starting this war with the Alliance. And it's so confusing to see, because during week 1, she was going in with the thought process of, we're going to capture Teldrassil, and we're going to destroy the Night Elf's hope by killing Malfurion Stormrage. So she already had a plan. She already had a battle plan going in. Capture Teldrassil, kill Malfurion. When you kill Malfurion, that kills the Night Elf hope. And instead of doing either of those things, she chooses that the way she's going to kill their hope is by burning down Teldrassil.
And that is a war you will never win. You can kill us, but you cannot kill hope. Come time.
Burn it. Burn it!
Now, there's a lot of discussion on why she did this instead of killing Malfurion like the original plan was, which she actually has an opportunity to do. There's a quest for both the Horde and the Alliance to either meet up with Malfurion or Sylvanas, and you actually find out that they've found each other. They've been duking it out. It actually looks like Sylvanas is losing. She's got a lot less health than Malfurion does. She's stuck in entangling roots, getting wraths to the face. And the only reason that she doesn't get put down right there is Sourfang comes in and hits Malfurion, like throws his axe at him, hits him from behind and puts him down. Now, he's not dead yet. Like, you need one final blow to put him out, and she doesn't do it. She actually walks away and gives that job to Sourfang, who then doesn't do it because the way he put him down was honorless, and Sourfang's definitely all about honor. So he decides not to do it. And due to this, Malfurion actually lives. So a lot of people believe that maybe either the writers forgot that was her original plan. Maybe they didn't like that as their original plan after they already released it, which I can't honestly believe either of those things. I would like to believe that Blizzard would have like a storyboard coming out and they would know how to tell this in the way that they want. So I can't believe they would just forget anything or make Sylvanas forget anything. What I think is that this was her original plan and she is manipulating everybody. Because the way she speaks to your character and everybody around her, she's very manipulative. She says things like, Anduin will turn the weapons, or take Azeroth, turn the weapons on the Horde, and we have to defend the Horde. Which is seemingly why Sourfang's going into this war, even though he's actually saving civilians. He sends you in to save civilians. He doesn't want to kill civilians. Even though there are so many wisps, once again, in week 1. So many wisps. What did he say about that? I will not slay innocents if they do not raise arms against us. Bitch! Did you not see Ashenvale? Did you not see how many civilians you people have killed?
Civilians secured. I'll be securing you now.
So Sylvanas burns down Teldrassil. Okay. The Horde are basically starting this war now. They are starting this war for no other reason besides for power. And when I say the Horde, I mean Sylvanas. Sylvanas is basically starting this war to either just completely take out the Alliance or just to gain total power. Either way, it's not good. And either way, it causes Horde players to have issues with their own faction, which is not something you want to do when we're about to be going into an expansion where it's the Horde versus the Alliance mainly. That's how this is supposed to be marketed towards us. Being on both the Horde and Alliance side, I've watched people in trade chat on the Alliance side explain how much they hate the Horde now, how much they hate Sylvanas, how much they just want to murder the other faction just because of this one moment. And then I go over to the Horde side, and it's almost the same thing, where they just hate that they're now the bad guys once again. We've already had a situation like this with Siege of Orgrimmar, where for a short time the Horde as a faction was considered the bad guys, and now they're definitely the bad guys here. So I'm not like a game designer. Obviously, I'm not a story writer. I'm just a gamer that reads a lot into lore, pretty much. So I'm just gonna throw my 2 cents in. I just want to throw my opinion in on what I think should have happened in the cinematic. That would have been better for the two sides to every story, and kind of what I was hoping what was going to happen. Because I knew Warbringers was going to come out. I knew there was going to have to be a cinematic for the burning of Teldrassil. So I was thinking on how it could have happened. And funny enough, my thought kind of lined up with what actually was in the cinematics, all the way up until she gave the order to burn it down. What I think they should have done is they should have showed Sylvanas marching into Teldrassil, occupying it with her army, and then maybe during week 3, after you get some quests and do some defense stuff, you see Sylvanas' army like marching out, maybe in a panic, and then Teldrassil burns. That's how you can have the burning of Teldrassil. And Horde characters don't know who burnt it. Alliance characters don't know who burnt it down. Alliance characters, maybe the lore characters speculating, oh, Sylvanas burnt it down. And what could Sylvanas could have. You could keep Sylvanas as the one that burnt down Teldrassil. But you want to keep it behind a curtain, kind of, to the point where neither side knows what exactly happened. Maybe Sylvanas got ambushed by some alliance and there's just some backfire from like a demolisher, and then it was a complete accident. But it would give the Horde like a leg to stand on for why they're in this war and why it's like morally like it gives them like a moral leg to stand on. Right now they don't have one. The Horde have no, like, they're just in this war to be in this war because Sylvanas attacked the Alliance. The Alliance have all the reasons to be in this war because they're on the defense. And I said this in my last video, it's really hard to make people on offense look like good guys and have good reasons for doing this. But now it's completely, like, almost completely impossible. I can't wait to see what they do with Sylvanas. I'm hoping they have a reason for this, and I can't wait to see what they pull out. Because if they manage to pull out something really good that actually turns everybody's like opinions on Sylvanas around from what they are right now, I'm going to be amazed, and it's going to be the greatest piece of writing I will have ever seen, and I can't wait for it. But they needed to do something where instead of making it completely one-sided, not more, what am I trying to say? Not gray, black and white. They made it completely black and white that Sylvanas is bad. Sylvanas is evil in this situation, and that we have to pretty much stop her. They really need to not do that, especially with this expansion coming up where you are supposed to fight for your faction. And I don't know what they're gonna do. So all in all, my thoughts on this, on week 2 and this one cinematic showing that Sylvanas has burned down Teldrassil, it's just, I'm disappointed and excited at the same time. I'm disappointed that they took one of my favorite lore characters in World of Warcraft and pretty much just killed her, lore-wise. Sylvanas has always been smart, cunning, manipulative, which did come... I'm kind of happy about this a little bit because I do feel like I was manipulated, and that kind of feels kind of cool. I might just be geeking out a little bit. It feels kind of cool to be manipulated by Sylvanas, if that's what happened. But this was just straight out warmongering. This isn't something that Sylvanas does or would do. This is more like a Garrosh thing, and we've already had something like this. And unfortunately, I feel like Blizzard is going towards Sylvanas being a main enemy, and what they wanted us to do was completely just despise her, which this definitely worked. A lot of people hate Sylvanas now, but unfortunately I feel like they want us to despise her really quickly instead of just letting it build up over time. The thing with Garrosh was that people hated him, but it kind of built up over time. Like, you saw, like, him go from just being like this, like, commander in Northrend, and you being okay, it's Garrosh, yeah, it's fine. Okay, now he's Thrall's right hand man. Oh, they're putting him as war chief. Okay, that's interesting. They're having a fight in Dalaran between Garrosh and Varian, and like it just escalated. And by the time we fought Garrosh, everybody hated him, but it was built up over time. So it felt a lot more like invested when you finally killed him. This just seems like they're just trying to shock the hell out of everybody and be like, what the hell is Sylvanas doing? She's going crazy. Like, we have to stop her now, which is fine. That also works. But they better have something else in the meantime before we can kill her, or something after we can kill her. Because what's going to happen is it's going to be like another Warlords of Draenor. Like 2 patches and nothing else. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to me rant and give my opinions and review on this cinematic on Warbringers Sylvanas and Week 2. If you guys liked it, give it a like. If you absolutely hate it and think I'm full of shit, give it a dislike. If there's anything that you think I can improve on, please let me know, because I always just want to improve these videos. And I really want to hear your guys' opinions, so please comment below what your opinions are. I always love debating lore of World of Warcraft, and I just love hearing people's ideas on stuff like this. So it'd be cool to hear from you guys. But thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more videos, more World of Warcraft videos coming out from me, go ahead and give me a subscribe. I don't usually shill like this, so I don't know how it works. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.